So, how did I choose Ericksonian hypnosis versus classical hypnosis? Actually, I was grieving the loss of my wife. She had died, and I decided that I really wanted to make sure that that was processed. Because a lot of people, when they lose somebody they love, grieve for years or never finish their grieving process. And I had been working with a therapist who was Ericksonian, and I decided I'll stay with her. And the most amazing thing happened while I was being supported in the grieving process. I had been in many forms of therapy because I've been trained in so many forms of therapy and was a client. And I had accepted, you know, this is the way I am. I'm comfortable with it. Don't have a problem with it. But I began to notice that I was beginning to change some of those things I had just said, oh, this is the way I am. And my life was becoming much better. And that I was resolving things that I thought I just had to accept. And I even said to the therapist, I don't understand because we're not directly talking about any of these problems. I'm talking about grieving the death of my wife, but all these other positive changes are happening. And I remember she just laughed and said, this is Ericksonian hypnotherapy. And she said, you know, the amazing thing is just what I had said to her, that the process is offered to you in such a way that you internally come to your own conclusions, and then you tell the therapist. And as she said to me, when you tell me what you've concluded, you don't resist it, you implement it, you start doing it, you start living it. When I tell you what you should be doing or how you should be living or how I interpret what you're doing, you're going to fight that. She said, that's why I love Ericksonian hypnosis. So I said, you know what? It's making such a personal difference in my life and such a professional difference because I was seeing and hearing my clients in a very different way. And I said, what about classical? And she said, well, you should investigate that. She said, but classical is much more authoritarian and much more the therapist, the hypnotherapist, telling you how to solve the situation and instructing you to do it. I immediately acted and said, I think I need to discover my way and find a resolution. She said, then you want to study Ericksonian hypnosis. So I accepted her invitation. And she happened to be the president of the Ericksonian Training Institute in New York City. She said, come train with us. And so my story began with Ericksonian hypnosis.